Hey guys, Dr. J here. In the previous episode, before going to the Silverfin restaurant to repair the Lutece device, we decided to check out the Mana Ray Lounge, since the coded messages we've been collecting had told us there was a secret inside it. The secret turned out to be the room Fontaine used to turn himself into Atlas. After we thoroughly searched the rest of the Mana Ray Lounge, we went back to the Silverfin restaurant. Unfortunately, it turned out we barely didn't have enough Eve to use the Old Man Winter plasmid, so we went searching for an Eve vial. We didn't find one, so we had to use a vending machine. We are now finally ready to repair the device. Well, we can now finally fix the machine. Right, so we start by cooling the inverted dome thingy, then we install the CO2 scrubbers, and finally we insert the cathode tube from the vending machine.
Now we won't immediately die of CO2 poisoning the moment we turn the thing on.
We did it! Finally we've reached the end of this long quest.
There, everything's fixed. We're ready.
Let's fire it up and see.
Do we need to use this lever? I guess so.
What did I tell you?
Perfect. Now let's just find the Lutece particle. How hard can it be? So, where are we?
Booker. Look. You're on the First Lady.
Seriously? That's convenient. I guess we need to go through this door.
It can't be this easy. The First Lady Mark II was built around a particle lift system just like all the buildings in the city. I read all about it in the Columbian Scientific. The particles seated at the top of the structure must be up that lift.
Ah, so we need to go up this lift?
Seems like a lot of technology just to float an airship. Comstock never heard of hydrogen.
The First Lady Mark I did run on hydrogen, and it was destroyed by a single bullet from a Vox sniper. Unfortunately, the Prophet wasn't on board at the time.
That would have solved a lot of problems. And here's the engine? Seriously, is it that easy?
If I take the active particle, then the First Lady is just a 40-ton paperweight. Best to take the spare. Here we go. Now let's head back through that tear.
You honestly expect Atlas to honor his side of the deal?
No, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
How do you plan on handling Atlas? He ain't just some spliced-up maniac.
He'll make a mistake. I just have to be ready to take advantage of it when it happens.
All for a girl you barely know.
How well did you know me when you came to Columbia?
Yeah, that's really not the same.
Pretty lady not finished yet.
What? Open the tear!
Power for device very expensive. Eat for that.
Just tell me what you want.
Sujong wanted something simple. Lock of hair.
Oh, you're not serious.
Not your hair, stupid. Think has a secret life. Mothballed, forgotten. In there, hair sample. In jar. Cannot miss it. You get for Sujong. Then everybody friends.
Where's his lab?
Closed off, past Fink's quarters. You smart lady, you find.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, there was no way we just pop into Columbia, grab a quest item, and then pop back to Rapture. This appears to be the moment of the Vox uprising.
Meant to generate a bullet-snatching shield that places ammo into your gun.
Populi. We must have arrived right in the middle of the siege.
That means the other you and I are probably inside the factory. On our way up to the First Lady.
And what happens if we run into ourselves?
We won't,
How do you know that?
because we didn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. Regarding this new plasmid, it's essentially return to sender, minus the return part. There's of course a related achievement, Glutton for Punishment. To unlock it, we need to use this plasmid to catch 20 boats. That won't be easy. Our best bet is to find a suitable checkpoint to grind it out. Right, back to searching for Fink's secret lab.
I've taken your counsel, and you done me good service, but I will not hurt the boy. I will see Fink and Comstock burn, but I will not hold the son to account for the deeds of his father.
You've misunderstood us.
We neither asked you to harm the child.
Nor did we promise that yours would be the hand that would set Comstock's world afire.
A famous man once said,
And a famous man shall say,
I may reach the mountaintop.
but I fear I shall never visit the valley below.
But you mean I won't live to see the... No.
It's up to you what matters more,
Your part in the play?
or the play itself.
Someone is coming.
She'll arrive a girl.
She must leave. A woman.
And what makes the difference between a girl and a woman?
Blood.
Your part in the play?
Or the play itself?
Turn her into a killer? How?
Give the girl no choice.
And she will be forced to make one.
What the hell? So Fitzroy didn't go insane. The Lutesses forced her to act bloodthirsty. Oh, to make Liz kill her? Which, in my opinion, is also why she went to kill Comstock in Rapture, leading us to now. I'm starting to grow really suspicious of the Lutesses' motives, but we can't do anything about it at the moment. Let's focus on getting past these bugs so we can reach the lab and find the hair samples Suchong wants. So far it doesn't seem too challenging. Most of them appear preoccupied with fighting Fink's guards. Looks like we'll need to use the skyline. Let's start by exploring this Zeppelin. I doubt this leads to Fink's lab, but it seems like a good place to start regardless. Did someone just jump from the deck? There's a Vox over there. Yeah, they're definitely jumping from the deck. Maybe we should too? I don't see any Vox inside the Zeppelin. Okay, so the lab must be inside this building. We just need to find a way inside. Let's check the Zeppelin's control room before jumping off. We might find something useful. There was definitely something shining in the back. And since there don't seem to be any Vox here, I don't think we need to sneak. Ah, it was a Voxophone. Okay, good thing we checked the Zeppelin then. Let's pick it up and have a listen.
What's the price you're willing to pay so that others may live free from the yoke? DeWitt knew the price and paid it willingly. And I sense what the Lutece twins will one day ask of me. So far, their counsel has served me well. Served the revolution well. If a bullet takes me, so be it. But to offer myself up as a lamb? When I come to my Garden of Gethsemane, will I play my role willingly? Or will I burn the place down to the roots?
I've said it before, but I'm really starting to have trust issues with the Lutesses. Looks like we need to go back to where we were before using the skyline. There is nothing left to do here. A couple of Vox down there. The problem is, we can't be sure if there are more beyond the Peeping Tom's range. And it looks like there are. I'm pretty sure we were spotted, but that's okay. We can't just go invisible if anyone gets close. Jeez, there are quite a few of them here. Not sure if it's worth trying to knock them all out. We'll definitely have to take care of this one at least. Okay, that went well. A couple more are coming though. Can we lure them here? There are just too many of them. But this is the perfect showcase of how broken the second Peeping Tom upgrade really is. We can just stand here and wait it out.
Don't look it. It's a waste of my valuable time.
Come on guys, go back to your posts. Good, we are safe now. Might as well knock this one out. He would have been a nuisance once we started moving anyway. Okay, there's a voxophone inside this tower, so let's go around it and find a way to enter it. There are no other Vox in the vicinity. Okay, this is probably the door, but let's go check what's on the other side first. An e-vial? This is actually where we came from during the main game, but the Booker and Liz from the past still haven't reached this place. Nothing else around here, so let's enter the tower now. There's a locked door in front of us, and there should be two doors on the sides. Yep. Okay, let's go left first. Was she here before? If she was, how did she not see us? That was weird.
Change. That's what the people need. But sometimes I feel all I have to offer them is blood and fire. The things they done to me, I can't forget them. I was Columbia's victim, and victimhood begets shame. Oh, what element of human experience is more corrosive than shame? I'm rotted from the inside out. What do I have to offer this revolution except my own dark motivations? When all is said and done, what's more important to me? The people I want to save? Or those I want to murder in their beds?
That recording was a bit too deep for me. Anyway, the locked door opened up a shortcut back to the First Lady and the tear. We'll probably use it once we've got the hair sample. We should try going through the big door we used to enter this area in the main game, but I wanna take this guy out first since his patrol might cause problems later. Okay, now we can try the door. I'm really hoping it's open because I'm out of ideas on how to proceed. Okay, good, it's open. So the lab must be this way. This looks like the only Vox in this room. I think I heard someone else though. Yeah, there's another one. Peeping Tom doesn't seem as reliable here as it was back in Rapture. That used a bit of Eve, but there's a vial here, so it's not a big deal. Let's thoroughly search this room before moving on. It looks like there are 3 exits from this room. The one we used to get here, another that seems to lead to Thing's quarters, and one more whose destination we don't know. And there's one more voxophone on this desk.
Yeah, there's a war coming. You can smell it in the air. Fear, hatred, people dying every day. But how many more will suffer if we rise up? Violence begets violence, I know this. I've seen this. The rational mind argues for a peaceful solution to find a common ground, but what common ground is there to find for a father who watches his child bleed out in the street? How do you deny him his vengeance? I know that fire that burns deep inside. I know it all too well. And when the time comes, will I be able to stay the hand?
These last few recordings have really changed my view of Fitzroy. In the main game she was portrayed as someone who went crazy from her lust of vengeance, but now it seems she was simply manipulated by the Lutesses. I bought a lockpick from the vending machine because I wasn't sure if we were meant to open the shortcut to the Terra at this point, and I didn't want to run out of lockpicks. Okay, so we've entered Jeremiah Fink's private quarters. This kinda looks like a puzzle.
Fink.
A giant clock.
Sort of. Looks like the mechanism unlocks certain activities when Fink gives his blessing.
So what? We're stuck waiting for the cuckoo to go off?
No, there's a slot for some kind of key for manual winding. We just gotta find that.
Sure seems like a lot of work to lock down a few doors.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing Fink loves, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, but he usually prefers someone else to do the work.
Our current state of being, or lack thereof, has left my brother unfulfilled. The biological urge to leave one's mark is strong, and it is not an impossibility. We could instantiate ourselves back in Columbia, return to an old life for the possibility of creating new. But we died in that world. Returning would mean giving up part of us. Ourselves. We'd become flesh and all that it is heir to. The mysteries of the universe would become once again mysteries.
We've got the clock key.
Okay, obviously they didn't just revert to being human. Why? What's their plan? Anyway, let's try using the clock key. Prayer, huh? Let's see what's inside this room. Oh, so prayer meant getting drunk on absinthe for Fink. Got it. Looks like the Vox have already been here. Weird. How did they open the door? No, that's my mistake. These writings weren't made by the Vox. They must have been written by Fink when he was drunk. He definitely knew Comstock was no prophet. I mean, of course he knew. He was using the terrace as well. I guess that's all we're going to find here. The vial was a nice find though. Let's head back upstairs. My turn rate is too slow to run up the stairs efficiently. Let's check the leisure room next. I'm pretty sure we need to open the work door to proceed, but I don't want to miss anything valuable. Yeah, there's a voxophone in this room.
Sea slugs. Goddamn sea slugs. Could that Oriental have come up with a more inconvenient fuel for his plasmids? If there is a God, and I've seen more evidence to the contrary than in support, you'd think he'd have put Adam into the belly of a nice little seagull or crow. The cost of all these underwater expeditions are murdering my margins.
This kinetoscope was taken from the graveyard shift bar? Why?
As to the matter of religion, let me place myself in the camp of the agnostic. I pretend to understand the mysteries of the infinite no more than you, Comstock, or anyone else for that matter. But for the sake of argument, let's say this is all one unhappy accident, and we're all alone in our toils. Then who would Comstock use to control and shame us with rules that apply only to those with not a penny in their pocket? If there were no God, you could rest assured the first deed done by the first rich man would be inventing him.
I see. This kinetoscope was likely considered blasphemous. It makes sense it was confiscated by Fink's man. But why did he keep it in his room? Maybe he found it amusing. Finally, it's time to open the work door. And there's a checkpoint along with a change in objectives. We found the secret lab. Of course there's an elevator. Well, this is it for today's episode. Thank you for spending your time with me, and if you have enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It will really help me a lot. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. Take care, and until next time.